Bow down to me, creeper, or I will destroy your world. Rain TNT! Hello there guys, this is DilfRick72. Today I'm going to be showing you a really cool mod. It is a TNT mod. I love this mod. It's another one of those TNT mods. It adds in a lot of TNT, if I can find it. A lot of TNT plus dynamite. There's also some kinds of dynamite and one more ore called the sulfur ore. This is the TNT times 5, and I will show you it right now. We'll just get flint and steel. Move, chicken, you're about to get exploded. He doesn't care, does he? Maybe I should first show you the regular TNT. What regular TNT looks like. I should have placed that somewhere else. So this is regular TNT. It's small explosion, medium, and then here is the TNT times 5. All it is pretty much times 5. It's times 5 the power of regular TNT. And kind of blasted me a little bit far back. As you can see, it has a bigger explosion radius. And this is in stone. Like, if this was in dirt, it would have exploded a lot bigger. This is TNT times 20. Wait, no, it's not. That's not TNT times 20. This is TNT times 20. You just set it off. As you can see, I had quite some lag. And from here, I guess there's a little cavern under here. But it was a bigger explosion, 5 times more than, or 4 times more, excuse me, than the TNT times 5. Now this will really lag me, probably. TNT times 100. I just set that off, fly a little bit back. Yeah, look at that explosion radius. The blast went all the way up here. That is quite a huge explosion. And now the mother of all, TNT times 500. I have a feeling I'm going to crash any second. Okay, let's set that thing off. I have a really bad feeling about this. I'll just stand way back. Oh my gosh. That did such a big explosion. And remember, this is stone, not dirt or anything. Stone is a lot harder to break. Oh, wow, that is massive. Of course there's going to be some cobblestone and some obsidian maybe. And that is a huge explosion. And that was a TNT times 500. This is the meteor TNT. This will probably lag me also. What this does is it launches. It pretty much goes invisible when you set it, and a giant meteor comes down. Let's light this. Goes invisible. Gonna step back a little bit. Oh, right there. Meteor comes down. Shoot. Oh my gosh. Did you see how far that blasted me back? Whoa. Wow. Whoa, that is massive. This is bigger than the TNT times 500. This is a gives off fire also. Lights fire all around the explosion. Oh my gosh, that is massive. That is a huge explosion. Wow. That was the meteor TNT, just one. That's crazy. This is the flat bomb. What it does is, when you set it off, it'll just make everything flat. Well, around it. And then this is the mining flat bomb. Doesn't really do much else. It's pretty much the same thing. Just it has a bigger radius and it places torches. It's pretty useful. This is the compact TNT. When you light it off, it spawns a ton of fire and other TNT. Like a lot. And then it just destroys everything. Set my sound down. I should have done that before. This is the house TNT. We go into building type of stuff. What this does is creates a house, which I think is very useful. Creates a little cobblestone house with torches and a crafting table. It's quite useful. Now let's get on to the next ones. So next we have wood house TNT, just like the regular house TNT, just it's pretty much made out of wood. Let's light that thing off. And as it does, it creates a wooden house. But the sad thing is, if there's blocks that might be coming out where the house might be spawning, it won't get rid of those blocks that are inside. It'll, like if there's a stone block right here, it'll replace it into wood. And that was the wood house, furnace, and a crafting table. Same with torches and a bed. Also comes with a bed. And now let's go on to the brick house. This is the brick house. It's pretty much another house created with bricks, with torches, carpet, which I think is really cool, a bed also, and a double chest. Same with furnace and crafting table. And glowstone at the top. It's really nice. It's like an upgraded version of everything. Now this is the fire TNT, and I need to show you why it's called that. Even though I love the particles when it comes out. It's so cool. And it just sets everything on fire. Everything. And so, the only way to put this out is to have some snow TNT. And that just sets snow all around. Just like that. And this is the ocean TNT. It's really cool. I love the particles. What it does is just creates an ocean. Oh, I hate squids. Hate them. But the only way to get rid of all this water is to use vaporized TNT. I personally like this TNT because if you're having like a drainage problem, it'll get rid of all that water. Even though it didn't get rid of all the water, that's still a large amount of water. And next is the Hellfire TNT. Whoa, everything's on fire. Fire coming out of everywhere. Oh, that's scary. And what it does is pretty much creates wherever around that TNT. It creates into like a nether biome pretty much. There's lava and the netherrack everywhere, and it spawns a few ghasts also. Next is the ender bomb, and you're gonna have to stand directly on it for it to show. When it explodes, it'll launch you way up in the air, way up, like 400 blocks in the air. I'm still falling. There we go. So, yeah, you have to stand directly on the TNT in order for it to launch you. So, next set. Okay, next is the nuclear TNT. What this one does, it's kind of obvious when you set it off. It'll turn everything into this. It'll destroy blocks and then turn everything into nuclear waste. If you step on it, it will hurt you in survival. Let me just test that out. When you step on it, it just hurts you until you die. But I would not want to do that. And then this is the digging TNT. I find this one very useful. You just set it off. And it'll create a hole all the way down to bedrock. And have a, not necessarily to bedrock, close to bedrock. Are we close? Yeah, we're pretty close to bedrock. And it'll have a spot of water at the bottom, which is very useful because you can just jump into it and then you know you're gonna fall in the water. This one is an upgraded version, pretty much. It's called the drilling TNT. I'll just set it up here. And what it does, it creates a massive cavern and also has water at the bottom. And it goes all the way down to bedrock. That's very useful, so you can find gold and coal and stuff. Next is the ghost TNT. What it does is it goes, you'll see the particles, it will go underground and explode from underground. If you dig down, you'll soon see the explosion. This is where it exploded at. So, just to show you that it does go all the way down, I'll place another one and set it off. You can hear the explosion. If you dig down, there'll be a cavern. That's pretty much the ghost TNT. Let's get rid of that. And then this is the multiply TNT. If you set this off, it'll multiply itself. It's sort of like any other TNT, but it drops every single block, and it'll multiply it times 2. So when one block gets broken, it'll drop 2 items instead of just 1. That's the multiply TNT. That's also very good for mining, because if you set one of those right next to a diamond ore, it'll give you 2 diamonds instead of 1. This is the cubic TNT. Let's set this off. What it does is, how would you survive? What it does is just pretty much creates a cube. It's nothing else. It's just pretty much creates a perfect cube. Nice corners, so you don't have to Well, that's where you know where the TNT explosion is gonna end. Next is the erupting TNT. This is one of my favorites overall. So let's just light it off. What it does, it'll launch a ton of TNT into the sky. And the TNT will just come raining down. Let's do that again. That was awesome. There it goes. And down there. That's one of my personal favorites. Next is the chemical TNT. When you light it, it just sort of creates TNT everywhere. It disappears and then starts digging a hole. This is also very useful, but it drops items. This is sort of like the drilling TNT, but this one drops items. The drilling TNT does not. So next we have animal TNT, sand firework, floating island, TNT firework, gravity TNT, custom TNT, Easter egg. And then I'll get to the dynamites after these last ones. So the animal TNT is also really cool. What it does no harm to the landscape. All it does is spawn 2 of everything. There's 2 zombies, 2 blazes, 2 mushrooms, anything. Every single mob, even witches and wolves, and every single mob gets spawned. Next, maybe I should show you the TNT firework first. What it does is bursts up into the air and rains TNT. This actually goes on for a very long time. Like, it'll still rain TNT. I just wait for a second. You done? Done? Done yet? Oh, nope. Let's just move on anyway. So this is the sand firework. It's pretty much the same thing, just it'll launch sand. Sand goes everywhere. Not quite sure. I guess that's good for griefing and just trolling. That'll be cool. This is the floating island TNT. What it'll do is it'll copy all the blocks below it, and it'll raise it up high in the air. Just like that. It's all copied from down there. I find it very cool. And now let's move on to the gravity TNT. It'll suck stuff in. Oh, including me. And then including players, and then it'll launch them into the sky. It works with mobs. It works with mobs and players. So let's find some mobs. Oh yeah, there's a good one. Let's just set that off. And then set that off. Oh, it dragged me in. And then they just all get launched into the sky. Of course, Endermen don't get fall damage. That was the gravity TNT. This is the custom TNT. Not quite sure what this does. It changes colors. It's really cool. But all it seems is that it blows up and leaves a little bit of fire. And I like this one. It's called the Easter egg TNT. What it is, well, I'll just show you. It says East. Actually, I'm not quite sure what that says. I thought it would say Easter. And it shoots out one TNT that shoots out more TNT that shoots out more TNT. What that does is creates explosions and places melons and pumpkins everywhere. It works underwater also, like over here. Let's shoot this over here, where there's more room. Looks like it says BSMMA. Shoots out more, shoots out more, shoots out more, and just covers the landscape in melons and pumpkins. That's one of my favorites. It's just cool. And now, oh, I didn't even get to these ones. I got the, oh yeah, here's the floating TNT, freeze TNT, timer TNT, and reaction TNT. I think I got to that one. I'll just do it anyway. This is the floating TNT. What it does is it'll float up. And it'll have a huge explosion. That's good if people are in like a faction server and then they have like a sky base or something. That's good for that. This is the freeze TNT. I like the particles. What it'll do is turn everything into ice. Not quite sure why. This is the timer TNT. It's sort of like regular TNT. It just tells you when it's gonna go off. Like right now it's green. You're okay. Turn yellow, which means it's time to go. And then it'll start turning red, which means you gotta get out of here. And then it'll just blow up. It's pretty cool. Reaction TNT. Yeah, I don't think I went over this one. Oh yeah, it will destroy all around it. It's quite cool. Now onto the dynamites. Okay, so this is the dynamite. There's dynamite, dynamite times 5, and so on. So let's just do the dynamite. It's pretty much throwable TNT. It explodes on impact, no delay. Dynamite times 5. It's times 5 the power. Dynamite times 20. Times 20 the power. Dynamite times 100. You'll lag a little bit. And dynamite times 500. I accidentally threw 2 of those. Let's do it again for reference of 1. And that was just 1 TNT, or dynamite times 1, times 500. This is the meteor dynamite. I probably will crash again. Let's just do that. Meteor will come flying down. Oh. Okay, yeah. That's the meteor TNT. As again, it's a huge explosion. And next is the flat dynamite. That's pretty much the same thing as the flat TNT. That didn't really work well. It'll start to flatten out. Yeah, it's sort of flattening out right now. Just like that. Now this is the mining flat TNT. Place torches. And yes. And this is the compact dynamite. It'll do like the same thing as regular, just it doesn't have a delay. Let's move on. This is the fire dynamite. Sort of like the fire TNT. Snow dynamite. Snow TNT. Ocean dynamite. Ocean TNT. Hellfire dynamite. dynamite. I wonder if I can kill it by throwing dynamite. Vaporize dynamite? Um, uh, wait, where's I at? Vaporize. Ender dynamite. Still launch you in the air. Whee! Whee! And then the chemical dynamite. It'll just dig a hole. It'll dig whichever way you're facing. So if you do that, it'll dig upwards. Go sideways. It'll dig sideways. Yeah. Just throw one. See what happens. Creates a bigger hole. Okay. And I am pretty sure that is the end of the review. Yeah, chemical dynamite. Oh yeah, also the new blocks that it comes with. This is the nuclear waste from the nuclear TNT. And this is sulfur ore. Not quite sure where to find it. I've not found any sulfur ore in mines or anything yet. I think you can only get this in creative mode. So that is the end of the mod showcase. I hope you liked it. I will see you later.